Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is a bit more news. Now, maybe you guys are getting tired of the Karmelo Anthony thing. Maybe you're not. I don't know. But the point of me doing this is to kind of show on how often black people will take something that has happened to a black person, whether it's justified or not justified, and will push it to insane lengths. We'll try to monetize it. We'll try to get some kind of money or grift from it because this is a constant thing that black people do. And the fact that they keep on doing this is a testament on how things are going. Now, there's going to be the things that I'm also going to disagree with as well that we have from Matt Wallace, which I think is a bloody idiot and is only divisive rather than actually helpful. So without further ado, my friends, let's go directly into this. So we have Amari King here. He's pretty much saying that the Anthony family is selling merch. So, yeah, it ain't great. So we have this here. It says that on May 15, 2021, Karmelo saw a child drowning without hesitation, without thinking twice about his son's safety. He acted. He didn't wait. He didn't panic. He saved a life. That moment showed not just bravery. It showed a deep sense of honor and selflessness that few can understand. I would like to know exactly where that was in partake, right? And I would also like to know where's the actual video or any of the people coming out and saying this, because right now this just seems like an accusation here. The more that I'll go through this story, and I'll have to probably do a long-term video for it because obviously it's insane. It's like a stream has to be done on some of this stuff because it's just it makes no sense. We are so deeply saddened by the loss of life. Our hearts and prayers go out to the family of the fallen one. No words can ease the pain, but please know we extend our deepest condolences and hold your family close in our thoughts. You really don't, because you are also the same people that kicked out the father of the grieving of the kid that lost his life. That's what you did. So you don't care. So we're going to be going over that as well, because the father was kicked out. And we have to know and understand that these people are vile. These people are disgusting. They are not good people. They are terrible people. And it's a good testament to why Karmelo Anthony came out the way that he did. It says, what happened on that tragic day will never be erased, but just as people often dig up someone's past to judge their character, let this moment speak loudly to Karmelo's true nature, a protector, a friend, a hero. Well, it's funny because he's a so-called protector, right? This Karmelo Anthony person. He's so-called protector. But the problem that I have with this is that the so-called quote-unquote protector has been in constant fights throughout high school his entire life. So that's a problem. Not only that, this kid was also kicked out of high school as well as of, the murder of Austin Metcalf. So that was what's been going on here. So I don't know what we're really getting at here. So yeah, and then we have this as well. We have this where they have merch for this person. Justice for Karmelo Anthony. Like this is what they're doing here, right? Like this is their so-called greatest thing ever that they're doing with this case, right? They're making this like a grifting game, and this is really, really stupid. I don't even remember Cal Radhouse potentially having this type of stuff, but this is really disgusting. And then we have this, of course, here where they're doing this, guys. This is what they're doing here.
And you know what it is. Tweet A, tapping in. Anybody who fuck with me, fuck with my music, you gotta fuck with Karmelo Anthony, man. Justice for my dog. Website coming soon. You gotta tap in, man. Yeah. And you know what it is.
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't seem like they are really caring. I mean, they're quite literally just doing this. I mean, look at this. This seems like a great picture, right? It really is quite intensified. So it's really really stupid. And then we also have this here where he's doing this right here, right? Austin Becca was buried on Saturday. Meanwhile, these animals are parading around like gangsters, misusing their donations for luxuries. Just for this hope, I hope Karmelo Anthony gets life in prison, and I hope the Metcalf family sues for everything, which they should at this point, right? They should. So we're doing this here as well.
Going straight to the car, okay? Just look, just keep on moving.
All right. Come on, man. Just follow back behind us.
In the next.
Just stay close, okay?
Yes, sir.
I also want people to know this the difference between the two. Austin
Karmelo, do you have
Metcalf.
anything that you'd like to say,
Austin
Karmelo?
Metcalf,
Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the victim,
has
to the
nothing
family
to
of
do
the
with
victim?
right? His family
Why
has
were
nothing
you
to do-
armed,
whereas
sweetheart?
Austin, where this guy had
Karmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Excuse me.
Karmelo, is there anything you want to say to the community that's donated?
So to be fair, I would probably do this in every regard, right? I would most likely do this when there's paparazzi journalists and stuff like that out there. I would probably do the same. So this is not necessarily a big issue, but we're going to be going over for more of stuff like this, right? So it says we have this here from Sports or TMZ Sports, whichever you want to trust this, what have you. But we're gonna go through it because a lot of people, even in my last video that I was talking about this kid, that there was nothing about the house being purchased or what have you. Well, I have more proof, so you guys can kind of just straight out the facts here. Says Karmelo Anthony not using moolah from Fundraiser even after Ting satisfies $250K bail. So it says Karmelo Anthony has not withdrawn funds from his nearly $450,000 goes and go fundraiser even after he walked free from the slammer on $250K bond Monday. Says Jacob Wells, co-founder of the popular crowdsourcing platform, tells TMZ no funds have been disturbed as the company receives clarity from the campaign recipient on use of funds so that people that have been given can be confident in how their donation is being used. The revelation comes while folk question how Anthony satisfied his 250K bond, which was bought out and paid for by somebody else, another known actor that has also done crimes, which we've done the report on before already, which a judge reduced from $1 million, and how his family is covering his legal costs as a 17-year-old faces a first-degree murder charge in the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf. So, yeah, it's not looking too great here, and it's crazy. So again, we have this here. He further notes 100% of money raised to go to the recipient, and that goes does not skim from campaigns. Rather, those are donating are allowed to give a gift to the site to ensure that it remains free for all. So this is what we have here.
Why do we allow fundraisers for people accused of violent crimes? Is, I guess, the underlying question. One, there are scenarios, and we all know and have seen them in the past, where people have killed somebody and not been found guilty of murder, let off, because there are scenarios where somebody dies because of the actions of somebody, but because of a greater case around it, i.e. self-defense or the defense of others, it's not considered murder. It's actually considered self-defense. So there are scenarios where people die where the outcome isn't guilt. So just because Karmelo has admitted to killing someone, it doesn't mean that he's a murderer. It means that he killed somebody. And he, just like everyone else in the United States, they deserve the same presumption of innocence in a court of law that everyone else does, or they deserve that same due process and foundation, that cornerstone of our legal system that has existed for everybody. People know us because as a Christian crowdfunding platform.
Now, I agree with that sentiment, all right? Because again, there are, like, for example, Kyle Rittenhouse had a good example of him being legitimately self-defense. Now, the problem that I have with Karmelo Anthony, even though I would agree having a go and go is questionable, is only just because we all know that it's not really deemed as self-defense. But obviously, self-defense, depending on which side you're on, really depends on what you view it as, right? But it's obviously that Karmelo Anthony is the perpetrator here. I mean, he even admitted guilt to actually doing the crime. So that, as per in the police report. So it's really hard to say that, like, gifting somebody the money. But I don't think he is innocent whatsoever. But he does. This guy does lay out a good point.
Because that's what we operate under, a framework of. I'm a Christian. Many people on our team, not everyone on our team is Christian, but we operate with dignity and hope for all people. We believe that God loves everybody, even broken people, which we all are. Like we all have found ourselves in bad places. The whole narrative of Jesus and the cross is that humans are broken.
Yeah, so he's going on a religious spiel, which I don't necessarily care about that, right? But the point being here is that we have this here where we have from Sarah Head says Texas track meat killer's family to tap 400K support fund for new home, and it says here, I mean, Texas track meat killer's family to tap 400K for a fund for new home as an online fundraiser for confessed Texas track meat killer Karmelo Anthony's continues raking in cash. His family has told a judge that they plan to use it to move it into a different residence and higher security. So the family has said this. So you guys are going to say that like, oh well, they didn't that they didn't bought a home. Well, the family has literally said that they told the judge that they plan to use it to move into a different residence and higher security. Okay? So you guys are saying that, oh, didn't happen. Oh, this is not going on. Well, it is happening. Hate to break it to you. So get with the facts here. So earlier this month, blah, 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 we have all this, right? So the fundraiser, what have you. This is an actual comment on the Karmelo Anthony fundraiser. When I was at Karmelo Sedge, I would have had to get up and not say a word. God bless this young man. And, all that stuff, right? So obviously, when we're saying that he's actually done this, it's not like I'm lying here. I don't lie on this channel. I don't bring out forth news. If there is a lie, then I will go out and correct it. But this is no lie here. This is not something that I go out and do onto my channel. So you guys can go kick yourselves for being an idiot. So again, we have this here. Now we have Matt Wallace say this will be the largest protest in history while Americans are done being pushed around. Now, what this says here, it says protect white Americans, justice for Austin Metcalf, demand Karmelo Anthony be put back in prison until trial, peaceful protest April 19th, 11 a.m., Frisco, Texas. Stop black violence on white Americans. Now, I would not like this if black people did it, and I don't like it when white people do this, all right? Now, I can understand people's anger or distrust with the justice system and all that, but I do not want to become another George Floyd situation. I do not want this to become a riot. I don't want this to do anything. This is stupid. This is incredibly dumb. Not only is this dumb, this also increases racist lines. This will make it to where between black and white people will probably never heal, if not heal for decades, because of doing stuff like this. I would highly recommend people not go into this. I would highly recommend people to ignore this. And I would like to even go further to say, as this Matt Wallace guy, is to push racial discrimination against a certain group of people. That's what I would put this as, because I do not want a protest of this to be here, right? I do not need this. Yeah, and everybody is against this, right? So there's not a lot of people that are justifying this. They're against it, and I mean, if we even go down to what this has here, or view the quotes, I mean, white Americans will always get pushed around. You get our bitches. Is this a parody or a joke? It had nothing to do with race. And then we have Jason Whitlock here saying this is a mistake. This is Charlottesville 2.0. It's January 6th all over again. I get the motivation, but this isn't the right approach. Just because Trump is in office doesn't mean there won't be a paid, fed agitators there to spark violence. Trump was in office January 6th, Charlottesville. Yeah, so again, there is people that are not necessarily agreeing with this. Obviously, there's going to be some left-wing people here, but I don't agree with this. I think this is insanity. I think this is stupid. So don't go to this. Don't even celebrate it. So Matt Wallace, you should probably shut up, because it's not going to help anything along the lines at all. This will just create race tensions among everybody in the country. I understand the hate. I understand the anger, but there are certain places to do this. We do not need to have a massive protest. We talk about this and we make sure that this doesn't happen again, and we expose people that are doing injustice. But what we don't do is do something like this that will just make black people justified in their actions. If we don't do this, black people will have to change their tune at some point, because they will realize that they are the dumb people doing all of this, and they're the only ones creating the violence. But if we go out and do this, this is going to justify every last black person that they're allowed to do everything and kill white. It's just going to be a horrible situation. So we don't do this. So guys, that's it for video. Let's guys share. As always, take care, my friends.